I have a lot of books to show you. Book haul. This month I was really busy buying books, as you have seen, and I bought a total of 11 books this month. And here are all the books that I've got, and I have read some of those. So I will start from the books that I have read. So I went to my local bookstore, and when I see a book in English in my local bookstore that I would really like to read, I have to buy it, because you never know when you will find that book again. And it was the case with these two books. I found them in my local bookstore, and this is Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor, and this one is Days of Blood and Starlight, also by Laini Taylor. I have read this book on my Kindle, and I did a review on this book, so I will leave the link of that review in my description box, and I really love the first book. If you'd like to see more about it, go and check out my review, and I hope that you will love this book as much as I did. And I haven't read the second part yet, because I'm waiting for the third book to come out. So when I read the second and the third book, I'll probably post the review, because I'm sure that I love these books as much as I loved the first one. So I went on a short trip with my friends to Budapest, Hungary, and there I visited their local bookstores, and I found some books, so I'm going to show you those books that I found. I found Fifth Wave and The Raven Boys. The Fifth Wave is by Rick Yancey, and The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater, and Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater. And I really love these covers. I love white covers, and I love everything that is connected with ravens. So I really had to buy these books, and so many people have raved about these books on BookTube and everything. So I just had to read them. But I'm really sorry if I'm going to disappoint some of you, but I didn't really love this book. I started reading it and I read it. I really hate to leave the book unfinished, but at some point I didn't really think that I could ever finish reading this book, because even from the beginning I really had some doubts about this book, because in the front cover you can see this one sentence: "If you kiss your true love, he will die." And when I read that, I thought, what a cliche book, or I thought that it would be really cheesy and everything. And I didn't think that this book was cheesy. It had some unique elements, and I really loved that, but I had the feeling that this book was somehow forced. I had a problem to continue reading, and it really didn't grip me, and I really didn't have that need to continue reading as I have with some of the other books that I really love. So I'm not sure about this book. Maybe I'll have to reread it, and then I'll tell you my final opinion. And I'll also have to read the second book, because I've bought it, and I hope that it will be better than the first book, because the first book really disappointed me, and I'm really sorry about that. So I also bought, as I've already said, The Fifth Wave, and this is the other book, and there's been a lot of hype on this book, and it's dystopian book set in a post-apocalyptic world, and I really love that kind of books, and this sounds really promising, so I'll read it to you. The first wave took out 500,000 people. The second wave put that number to shame. The third wave lasted a little longer, 12 weeks, 4 billion dead. In the fourth wave, you can't trust that people are still people. And the fifth wave, no one knows, but it's coming. And I really love that. It sounds so promising, and I can't wait to read this book, so it will be probably on my March TBR list. So I'm really hoping to read this book next month, and then I'm going to tell you what I think about it. And when we were talking about dystopians and things like that, I bought these two books and I found them in my local bookstore. It is Dead Cure and the Scotch Trials by James Dashner. They didn't have the Maze Runner, but I ordered it from the Amazon and I'm waiting for it to arrive. And I haven't read the Maze Runner trilogy, but I would really like to read it before the movie comes out, because I really love book-to-movies adaptations, and I'm really looking forward to reading those books and seeing the movie when it comes out. So we'll see what I think about it. And I love these covers and they look nice on my shelf, they match and everything. So then this one I also found in my local bookstore, and it is Crown of Midnight by Sarah J. Maas, and it is the second part of the book Throne of Glass. Its name is Throne of Glass, the first book. This is the second book, and I really didn't like Throne of Glass. I wrote a review on Goodreads, and if you'd like to read that, I'll leave a link below, because I know that many people love this book and they all talked about the main heroine and everything, but I just couldn't like this book. But I heard that the second book is better, so I wanted to read it, and I wanted to think about it maybe a little bit more, because the hype about this book has been really enormous, and I would really like somehow to change my opinion. But if you'd like to know more about why I didn't like the first book, and maybe you liked it but you wanted to see my opinion on it, you can check my Goodreads account and there is a review there, so you may read that if you'd like. So that is Crown of Midnight. Then I bought World After by Susan E., and this is the second book. I'm not sure how this serial is called, and I'm not even sure if it's a series or it's a trilogy. But the first book is Angel Fall and the second book is World After, and I read Angel Fall last year and really loved it. It is a book set in post-apocalyptic world, so we can see how it all happened, the whole apocalypse and everything, and there are a lot of angels there, and it's a bit dark, so I really love my books to be dark and everything. So if you haven't seen the pattern there, now you see it. It was really great, so I ordered World After and it arrived 2 days ago, I think. And what I really hate about it is that the covers are not the same height, and I really hate that. But it's okay, considering that, if I heard right, that Angel Fall was self-published book, I think. Then this one, I think, isn't self-published book anymore, so they had cover changes and everything, so I don't know, but I hope that I will like the second book as much as I liked the first book of this series. And last but certainly not the least, I bought Miss Peregrine's Home for Peculiar Children by Ransom Riggs, and I've seen this book many times, especially on the videos by Jesse the Reader, and he loved this book so much and he talks about it all the time, and he said that this book is really dark and really great, so I hope that I like this book, because when the book is dark and when it has some mysterious elements and some scary elements and everything, and it has scary cover, and it is also full of these scary pictures and everything, and then I really love that. So I hope that I will like this book, and if I like it, maybe I'll do a review, who knows. So that would be the last book that I bought, and this is my first book haul. So if you have any questions, and if you would like to discuss with me something, or if you'd like to tell me something about these books, if you read them, feel free to leave a comment. And if you liked my first book haul, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.